closed caption for the hearing impaired with a grant provided by Bull Worldwide Information Systems.
Tonight on Chronicle.
Skydive!
Falling free from 2.5 miles up.
I've been jumping like 11 years now, and my mother still has not watched me jump.
Chuck Kramer drops in literally on a skydiving boogie. And finds out what a 120-mile-an-hour wind feels like when it's coming straight up. Free falling, next on Chronicle.
Tonight, Peter Mahegan, Mary Richardson, with Andrea Hall and Mike Barnacle. Chronicle, the New England news magazine.
You'll never catch it. You'll never catch the thing. Now watch this guy. I thought people were gonna die here. I know. He turns.
Wow! On Friday of the big weekend, the true fanatics begin to gather, though the skies are dark and the forecast iffy. Because there's always hope for maybe one quick jump just before sundown, and always much to do while you wait. Rigs to inspect for one thing, this being a sport where small problems, like a burr on a strap connector, can kill.
Keep an eye on these things.
Previous jumps to analyze too, thanks to video recorders. Video and user-friendly square canopies having rejuvenated skydiving over the last 10 years.
That's going to break down to the top 4 people are going to build this stair step.
And if you're really serious, briefings to attend about tomorrow's assault on several New England records for most jumpers in a skydiving formation.
Some of these slots are going to be hard. You got to use muscles where you're going to need all your wits about you.
All the way down.
And for the beginner, still more drill in preparation for his very first skydive. Several hours spent practicing stuff he dearly hopes he will remember later at a downward velocity of more than 100 miles an hour. Check in.
Okay.
Check out.
Okay.
And look out to the wingtip. Out, back, arch.
Skydive!
Clear prop.
Thus do people with even thousands of jumps always relish the thought of the next one. Whereas people with no jumps may be more cautious.
Okay, folks, we are manifesting for the Caribou, and we are bringing in the second plane. So if you want to make some skydives today, we got to get hustling.
Saturday, 8 a.m., official start of the Massachusetts Sport Parachute Club's June Boogie in Turner's Falls, Mass., hard beside the Connecticut River. The big attraction, 2 caribous. Here comes the first one in now from Pennsylvania. One of the gawkiest landing planes in the sky, surely. The Caribou was designed for short airstrips, rough terrain, and military cargo. So it's a little out of place in peacetime Turner's Falls, but it's absolute heaven to a boogie organizer like Skip King.
I love it. It's great. It took months of hard work to get this here, and I'm real pleased that it's here. Woo, 48 people. The door in the back of this plane is the size of a garage. People will be going out 4 abreast.
All right, well, let's load this baby up.
Okay, let's load it.
To skydive is to jump out of an airplane at about 2.5 miles up, fall through the atmosphere for about a minute, reach a maximum velocity of about 120 miles an hour, then open your parachute and drift placidly back to the airport. But you don't just fall. You fly. usually together.
When you jump out of an airplane, you're totally real. There's no mother, no girlfriend, no wife, no kids, no nothing. It's you and the sky and the ground below, and you're coming towards it, and it's just awesome. The skydive, you go out, you jump out of an airplane, you come on the ground, you have no problems in your mind. You're just relaxed. You just went out, you've had your thrill, and then, whew, yeah, you know, I'm real again. It's a definite reality therapy. The most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Dennis Jett, a dive plane mechanic with 1,476 jumps, lives at Turners Falls Airport and lives to jump.
Don't start skydiving. It's way too much fun. It'll totally alter your life. For once, you're real.
Clean everything up. No
Single canopies plane.
Single canopies plane. Watch the traffic.
Some jumpers, though, are not content to merely fly. They must compete. Mike Paolin, technical sales rep, 1,200 jumps, heading up the open parachute record attempt to put more than 10 jumpers together under canopy. Previous attempts today have failed. Josh Wolf, software consultant, 3,500 jumps, organizing the other record attempt to put 38 skydivers together in a giant free-falling quilt. Practice is called a dirt dive.
Complete!
Discipline is crucial. Politics and ego abound.
Not too fast, guys. Jesus Christ. That's what's going on.
It's just that this is a very self-assured, self-possessed, aggressive, self-centered group of people. And image is important, I suppose.
Success. 38 jumpers interlocked, even including photographer Peter Wolf with a tow dock at the last moment.
We got it.
Yeah.
Woo!
This is almost easy, Josh.
New New England record, 38 out of 38. Yahoo! We are right there.
I can't even imagine getting 38 people together on the ground to do anything that concerted, but they do it in the air.
I know, and they actually try those formations with the parachutes open.
That's right. We'll see it later. That's called canopy relative work, more difficult than free fall because you're at the mercy of the winds. And they're going to do it later, and I understand later we're also going to see a novice take his first try. I wouldn't know who that would be.
No, I wouldn't. I'm proud to know this man. We'll be right back. Coming up next, free falling for the first time.
Look out, lean back, arch, and fly.
Flight.
The new dealer now. He delivers value today and tomorrow. It's not easy.
All weekend, a rain of nylon. A soft rain, as only square canopies allow. Long gone the days of paratrooper rolls and high-top boots and broken ankles. Experienced divers now often even favor thongs or nothing at all. So beautifully do these wings of fabric fly and land. But not everybody comes down happy. The canopy record attempt is still going badly. Bob Clancy, architect, 2,200 skydives.
How'd it go? Not as well as we'd hoped. They got about 8 going, and then one of the wings fell off.
Off to the south, meanwhile, a sight that gives everybody's gut a little twinge. A round canopy. A round canopy is a reserve parachute, meaning that somebody's main chute has just failed to open and had to be abandoned in favor of the reserve. Some people go 5,000 jumps and never have to pull their reserve. For Charlene Kavari, it only took about 400.
My sweetie had a malfunction. Aww.
There are different ways to look at this. On the one hand, you can say that Shireen just came twice as close to death as she does in a normal jump. Then again, how close is that, really? Jumper Bob Montilio.
The odds of you getting killed in the sport are 395,000 to 1. I'd like to go to Atlantic City with that $1 and come home with 395,000.
So jumpers are irked, frankly, when somebody says they have a death wish.
I would say just the opposite. I have a very much life wish. At about 2,000 feet, I really want to live. I do save myself. Commit suicide, heavens no. I wouldn't be able to skydive anymore.
Yeah, really. Well, that was fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
I enjoyed that.
If you are enticed at all by skydiving at this point, and most people know right away whether they are or not, there are basically 3 ways to actually acquaint yourself with the sensation of flying through the air.
The first is to take a tandem jump, like Jason Lewis is about to do. More of a ride than a jump, really. You are strapped tight to your jump master. He jumps out of an airplane, so do you. You watch it later on video. Barbara Parsons looking on. She'll take her first tandem jump later to celebrate her 45th birthday.
Okay.
The second method is called static line. You jump out alone the very first time, but a line between you and the airplane opens your chute automatically and immediately. No free fall until later lessons.
And the third, more or less state-of-the-art way, the one I'm about to do, is called accelerated free fall. Kind of a scary title, but the accelerated doesn't refer to the rate you fall. It refers to how soon you are able to actually fall free, namely the very first jump, which I'm about to take.
And so again, the routine. Look out, lean back, arch, and fly. Jump masters Bob Clancy and Chris Jarvis constantly assessing my state of mind, which at this point I would describe as inundated with physical sensation. Still, the routine continues. Eye contact left and right, practice pulls, a little so-called free time to admire the view, and then the pull, as you entrust your life to a little nylon and drift serenely beside the Connecticut River for the last 5,000 feet.
A radio man on the ground talking to me in my helmet at this point, telling me when to turn right or left and when to flare the parachute for the velvety landing that puts the final perfect touch on a skydive. And I'm proud to say I accomplished such a landing and graduated to level 2 of accelerated free fall. Took a second jump a few weeks later, landed on my tush that time. Took a third, landed on my head. But don't worry, Andrea, those mishaps shouldn't prevent you from coming along.
Oh.
When I take my 4th skydive, you can take your first.
Sure,
How
I've already
about it?
signed up for my lesson.
Okay.
What really is the sensation? I mean, I think everyone thinks about flying at one point or another. Is it that?
It's a volley of sensations, really, that you wouldn't believe could all fit into such a small amount of time. First, you think it's awfully cold. It is at 13,000 feet. And by the time you absorb that sensation, it's not cold anymore because you've fallen through to warm air. You notice that the ground doesn't rush up at you like the cliche has it. You're so far up that it just sort of widens. It's nice. And it's loud. And then your chute opens and it's serene. And then you're down and you want to brag about it. Which is why I made a television program about it.
Exactly, the ultimate in bragging. We'll be right back. Up next, setting a record and a wedding reception at 9,000 feet.
As long as you both shall live.
I do.
Up next, happy birthday, happy landing.
After...
If you still can't imagine why anyone would jump out of a perfectly good airplane, then you are what skydivers call a woofo.
A woofo is a skeptic who stands around airports asking skydivers, what for you do that anyhow? I'm pleased to say that now I'm not a woofo anymore. I know darn well what for skydivers do it. It's the kick and the camaraderie.
Ready, set, go!
Ready,
Set, go!
I've been jumping like 11 years now, and my mother still has not watched me jump. She really doesn't like it. She thinks it's a phase, and I'll eventually get tired of it and quit.
Hey! Hey! Take my picture! Hey yourself, guys! I want to be on TV! This is what I always wanted to do! Ready, set, go!
Whoa!
What do you think? Is it going to work this time?
It's always going to work. We always have enthusiasm because we wouldn't go up to try it if we wouldn't. Right? Man.
You know how sweet that is? And it's only 11 stack. I've never been that happy about an 11 stack in my life.
The thing is, we went 11 for 11.
We paid our dues, huh? And everybody's happy. That's good. We paid our dues, but success is sweet.
Way to go, Brahim.
That's it, brother.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you.
All right, you did great. Can you stand?
I think I'm hooked.
Thus does the June Boogie come to an end. With a canopy record attempt and Barbara's birthday present, both successful.
As long as you both shall live.
I do.
And Skip getting married to Vicky. Not without an interruption or two. And just before dusk, newlyweds and best friends preparing for a sort of wedding reception in the sky. A circle of love around Vicky and Skip, dispersing at 3,000 feet into the last and happiest landings of the day. We are one, we are fulfilled, we are alive, as only we, skydivers, can appreciate. From Turners Falls, Massachusetts, this is Chuck Kramer.
What a thrill. Thank you. We'll be right back after these messages and tonight's lottery number.
Marathon Minute is brought to you.